Hello, hello. Welcome to Trendy Thursday. Let's look at what is going on here. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking we're going to do today. Let's see. Facebook.com and then Trendy Thursday. There we go. Okay. Just want to be able to see what's going on. Okay. So, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know. Trendy Thursday. I know. Okay. Okay. So we're on a bit of a time crunch today because my daughter forgot her lunchbox. So I need to rush right through this and make this for you really quick and then get you guys the template. The template's going to be a little bit later today. And actually, I realized just now I forgot to send you the template for last week. So I got a lot of work on the back end to do, but that is neither here nor there. If you are new here, hello, my name is Beth Ann Averill. I show people how to create things based on trends that I see on Teachers Pay Teachers. You can use this to sell on your Teachers Pay Teacher store. You can use this to sell on your Etsy store or your own store. The idea of my whole membership, I have a membership where I give you guys the templates and some tips and tricks. But the whole idea is that we find a keyword based on the search terms. So we find keywords without guessing. We're not like, I know everyone in the TPT world is like, just make what you create in the classroom. And then there's a lot of people who are out of the classroom now who are feeling really lost. Like, what? I'm not in the classroom. What should I make? Like, how do I know what to make? You look at the trends. You look at the trends. You don't guess. You just use keywords that we find in the trends, and I'll show you how to do that really quick. So what we're doing is we are using the keywords that we find in the trends, then we're finding a template inside the membership, and then we're creating with that template, and then we're repeating. So keyword, template, create, repeat. Keyword, template, create, repeat. Okay. And that is the whole idea of my membership to help you just make a bajillion dollars. All right. So let me head on over really quick to show you. I hope you guys are doing well. It's a lovely Thursday here. It's so foggy that it took me almost an hour to get home because it's so foggy that people were actually driving the way that you're supposed to in fog. So all right. So let me head over to Teachers Pay Teachers really quick. And so what I like to do, also there's a sale coming up. You can ready your store right here. You just click this and then it'll be like, oh, okay, do you want to do this thing? And then you just say, yeah, here's all my, look at how many more products I have since August. I have almost 100 more products. That's fantastic. Anyway, you can go here to edit and you can make sure you have your entire store in case you created something since the last time they made a sale. So you just go to save sale and then, or since they announced it. So they announced it a few days ago. If you're posting products, like if you post a product today, you're going to have to come back and edit right here and add it to the sale because yeah, it's just like that. So maybe we'll see if I can get to 567 by the first. See if I can get a full 100 new products since August, which is absurd. I have help. I'm not doing it by myself, so don't think that you can do that. Like I have help. Okay, so anyway, I want to head on over back to Teachers Pay Teachers, and we'll just click on the search bar and it drops down what people are searching for right now or what people are like clicking on right now, like what, like in this search they might not be typing it in, they might just be like going to one of these, right? So what you can do with this information is you can see what people are searching for. So right now it is November 20th. It is actually 7 days before Thanksgiving right now. And that is all that's in the search right now is Thanksgiving and then a little Christmas, which is going to tell you something about our future. There's going to be so much Christmas in the search terms in a few days. All right. So what I like to do is I like to see what's popular and then I think about what I want to create. So, for example, I'm obsessed with bingo cards. So I might type in bingo because I love making them and I'm always ready to create for them. So you'll see bingo template, bingo daubers. There's nothing seasonal on there right now. You can add a letter. So I typed in bingo, I hit space, and then you can type like a T for Thanksgiving. And then you'll see Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving bingo cards. You'll see all those things. So you can see Thanksgiving. Oh, and look at that. Thanksgiving bingo, speech therapy, math. So not only can you make like a product based on a theme, but you can also add, that educational layer on top of it. And people are searching for that. So that's how I find things in the search. Today, though, we are making Thanksgiving, and then I was looking at activities, which activities is something you can add to like any search word, any search term. So you like in last week we made a roll of turkey. You can make that into a Thanksgiving roll, a turkey activity or writing activity. There's lots of different like keywords that you can layer. So I like to search a lot before I end up actually listing a product because I like to. I have a post-it note app on my computer and I type in all those keywords. And then when I'm ready to actually list the product, I take all those keywords and I find a way to mash them together to make something nice. You can ask ChatGPT to do something like that, or Claude or whatever AI you're using, but it's kind of ridiculous because it's like it'll like if you say you have like a Thanksgiving writing activity and you want to add those words, then it usually adds in ridiculous words that you don't need. I encourage you to not add fluff words, just add words that you're going to use or that people are going to search for. So, like, you wouldn't do like engaging Thanksgiving writing activities for kids of all ages. Grab it now. Like you're not going to do something like that because that is wasting space in your title. You get 80 characters. It's wasting space to have like a sales pitch in your title. You want that to be something that people are searching for, and you want to use as many of the uh, as many as you can, as many of the characters that you can. So you might do something like Thanksgiving writing activities for preschoolers, word wall printable or something. I don't know. I I have not actually looked up the search terms for this yet. Besides that, I know word wall is going to be there. So if you add a W, you'll see writing. Word search is always on there. Worksheets, writing prompt, writing activities, and I just do it. Oh, and there you go. Word search. I literally just looked it up 4 seconds ago, so it should still be here. Okay. Okay. Thanksgiving word wall down here on the bottom. Sometimes they have, yeah. Okay. So sometimes they have other keywords attached to it, similar to like what we were saying with like the Thanksgiving activities or had math and writing. This is Thanksgiving word wall and word wall cards. Okay. So what do those look like? Let me show you really quick. What I do is I do these, which this is like the actual product that I have on Teachers Pay Teachers. I have all of these cutesy cutesy little um cutesy cutesy little things. So it has like uh the the picture and then I have like the word, right? So that's my word wall. And then I also like to have a second that has like a whole page of like all of them together so they can like put this in like their reading folder or their writing folder or something so they can have like this like it's like a keyword list, right? So I like to add that. There we go. Okay, so let's bake the actual product. So for this, I just already have my terms of use on there. If you want my terms of use page, it's inside the membership. It's also, I think in the optimize, it's like bethannaveril.com/next, like as in the next step. So I have all these. All right. So for this, what we would do is we would replace these images. This is a, what is this called? A table. So I just did like 1 by 4 And what I did is I make it the whole page at first, and then I will change this under table design. I'll change the pen color to black. I will make it 3-point for this line right here. And then for this border, you're going to keep it at the regular line border, right? And then, so we go to borders over here, and there's a little caret right here. We're just going to click that and click all borders. And then it has all of them. And then we're going to go to shading, and we're going to go to white. And then you're going to grab this corner. You're going to hit Control and Shift on a PC, but if you're on a Mac, you're going to do like the little shape thing. The same idea, just on a Mac. And then we'll just pull it in a little bit so that it's not the whole page. Because when you print something, it doesn't print the edges unless you force it to. And you're giving this to people who might not have already done that. So just assume that they need help there. All right. So you have that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to, well, what I would do is I would add a thing right here that says Shift 9C, Shift 0 to make my little C, and then do Beth and Averill. You're going to make this smaller and in a corner. That's what I always do. I put it at like 16. There you go. And then you would have your actual, why did I close it? I don't know. Darn. Okay. So we're going to go to my clip art, themes, holidays, Thanksgiving. And then it will go to, oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have. Let's do the A to Z. And then we'll do like apple pie, right? So hit Control Shift and make it smaller. I'd put it like that big, maybe even smaller. And then apple pie. And so what we would do for this is we would make it much bigger. And I like to use, it's like KG Red Hands for this one because it's just a classic, you know. And sometimes you just need a classic in your life. So I'd put this in the middle, and then there you go. You have your apple pie. And then you would just do this for all the words that you want to do. If you have like turkey, or like this one is this is an A to Z, so it has like a bunch of stuff that we might not normally use. Like you would probably end up using something that's like Thanksgiving cuties and just do like pies and corn. Like if you're doing all the food, you could do that. But yeah, that is the main idea we're going for here. I'm going to delete this though, so that we can just reuse this guy. So if you already have this as a template, or you've already used it, you've already made it yourself, I would just right click and change your picture to something that you already have. So we can go over here to like apple pie. And if it's too big, you just make it smaller. There you go. And then right click, red roll. And then there you go. And then you're just going to do this with all of the clip art that you have. It's good. And then this might be something that they use for their writing. This may be something. Look at this cranberry sauce. It's cute. That one might have to be 2 lines. Right, and then you'd come back here and redo it with this. So like this would be like Thanksgiving. You could even just write Thanksgiving and then just replace this with the pie and the bread and the corn and the cranberry sauce. Bread roll. And then there you go. So this is the general idea. So you just I don't know what I would do here. I guess yeah. There you go. So that's the general idea of what we're going for. You would just do all of these and all of these. And other things you can do is you can add these to like a lined paper, for example. Let's make like a lined paper really quick. Oops, that's text shape format. Shape fill white, shape fill black, outline black. Go to white or black, sorry. And then we'd grab this. There we go. And then we would, oops, go over here, align, distribute vertically. There we go. All right. Oh, and then we want to take this guy and make it a little bit smaller. And, oops, shape outline, the dashes. You want it to have dashes. Dashes. All right, now you grab all three and you right click and you group, and then you can like adjust this to be the size you want it to be. Oops. All right, hold on. Group, ungroup, and then you're going to arrange, align the middle. There you go. Group. And then you can duplicate. Oops. Grab the whole thing. Duplicate. Duplicate, duplicate. There you go. So you can make lined paper to go with this, and then you can add like a table or something like, a table and be like, draw your favorite Thanksgiving meal or something. I wouldn't do this with the clip art. Don't do it. Don't do it. You could make multiple tables. There you go. Or like have a plate of like my favorite Thanksgiving meal or like my dream Thanksgiving meal. Like there's lots you can add to this to make it more valuable or a better purchase for your people. So that's what I would do is I would add, you want to have this for all the words that you're going to use. You're going to use all of these. Um, you could just right click and duplicate and just keep redoing it. And then this is going to have all of them as well. This can be multiple pages. They could have a page on one side and then a page on the other side. And it's all the Thanksgiving things. That's fine. And then you can add lined paper. You can add like a word bank, like bookmark that can go like next to what they're creating. So if they're writing on this paper and then they have like next to it, they have their little it's like this. It's like their little paper that has all the words. so that they can know how to spell it. Because sometimes you can't spell Thanksgiving, or sometimes you struggle with cranberry. You want to give students all of the tools that they need to be successful. And this can be different for different ages. But with word walls specifically, I would make sure that there are lots of options for making it more difficult and making it easier, because there are kids like my son who really, really, really struggle with the very basics. And you want to have the tools available for those very basics that seem too easy. Like if it seems too easy, take it one step further. and and then you'll have all your bases covered. And then your teacher will be glad when they buy it and they see all this extra fun stuff. They'll be grateful that you have that available for them. And it might be things that you won't even think of. If it's something that, if you struggle with this ideation of like how to differentiate and how to scaffold your products, which is basically what that is. It's like making it easier and more difficult based on, what the project is. Go to ChatGPT and say, how can I make this easier for, you know, a first grader? Or how can I make this more challenging for a first grader? So think about that, and think about if you make something that has like the ability to have an answer key, add an answer key. Even if it's like, oh, it's super easy, no one's going to need an answer key. I've seen so many times in like Facebook groups where they're like, what is this clip art? I don't understand. If you add an answer key, then people aren't going to have those questions, right? And they're not going to be like, oh, I don't want to buy from Beth Ann Averill because she never has an answer key. They'll be like, oh my gosh, Beth Ann Averill, I remember they have an answer key, and they make it so easy for us to use their products. Okay. So that is the product that we're making today. I hope that this was helpful. I think I did everything so that you can see how to make everything. If not, there will be a template in the membership for you later. But I have to go take my daughter her lunch before her lunchtime. Okay. So thank you for being here. I will see you. Actually, I won't see you next Thursday because it's Thanksgiving, but I have it in the works to have to post a video for you on that day so that you can still work if you're working that day, if you're, not in America, or if you are, just wanting some time away from turkeys and you want to make something. I'm going to be reposting a Trendy Thursday for you. So happy Thanksgiving if I don't see you before then. And I will do my best for you to give you guys something to work on. I'm worried about all the fog outside. I'm worried I won't be able to get to my daughter before her lunch starts. So that's why I'm rushing. I'm really sorry. The reason we do this though, like I talk about this, I've really been pushing this lately. The reason we do this is so that we can be there for our kids when they need us. And that's what I'm doing today. So it's okay, Beth. It's okay. All right. So thank you. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Have a great Thanksgiving. Bye. See you in December.